decisions, and it will become a common conversation everywhere in the United States of America and around the world. And trust me, it's coming. And in the future, we will see vaccination choice all through America, like most countries in the world.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you, Claudine. I want to send a message to Governor Corzine. If you're out there listening to us, Governor Corzine stopped on my front lawn last September. I held a rally on my front lawn because my neighbor was holding a fundraiser to greet then Senator Barack Obama. And there were over 100 people who gathered on my front lawn in less than 2 days of planning to send a message to Obama and Corzine that New Jersey demands vaccination choice. Woo! And Corzine got out of his car and he came and he talked to the parents assembled. And he said that he was really impressed with us because we were so civilized and so committed and so determined to send the message about our concern for vaccination choice in our children.
He lied.
And he said that he delegated this very important decision to his health commissioner and that he would arrange for me to have a meeting with Health Commissioner Howard. And we met with her for 2 hours and she listened and then she said, I do not support vaccination choice. Boo! So I want to tell you, Governor Corzine, if you're listening, it's not okay. It's not okay. The parents of New Jersey demand vaccination choice, and we're going to vote what we believe. I want to read to you a statement from Assemblyman Michael Doherty of the 23rd District. He says, I stand with all of you in spirit today and encourage you to continue work to advance legislation regarding vaccination choice. I have sponsored or co-sponsored at least 5 bills that address many of your concerns. I need your help to advance these important bills through the legislature. These bills include our Assembly Bill 260, conscientious exemption from vaccination, Assembly Bill 378, informed consent on black box medications, Assembly Bill 671, philosophical exemption for mandatory vaccinations. It's a similar bill. Assembly Bill 672, parental notification of side effects of school-recommended medications for students. And Assembly Bill 1055, elimination of mercury from vaccines. Best of luck in your efforts. Please keep up the good fight. And his colleague, Senator Marcia Caro, also from the 23rd District. She wanted to let everybody know she remains a proud supporter and co-sponsor of Senate Bill 1071 and its Assembly Companion Bill 8260, which addresses the rights of parents to request a conscientious exemption to mandatory immunizations. I'm very pleased to introduce to you now Alan Bateman, who's a candidate for Congress. He's a former deputy mayor of Homedale. He has a vaccine-injured son, and he wants to stand before you today to tell you his support of vaccination choice.
All right, thank you. My name is Alan Bateman, and I'm running for Congress in Central New Jersey. I'm a business and healthcare consultant and have a master's degree in hospital administration. My wife and I reside with our 3 children in Homedale. I'm here not only as a politician, but also as a father. I have a son who has Asperger's syndrome. Early on, my wife and I suspected vaccinations played a part in our son's condition long before we were even aware of this movement. When we began researching Asperger's, we suspected that mercury-based preservatives in vaccines was a cause. The government does not have the right to dictate how we raise our children or that we have to inject them with chemicals. These are our children. We, the parents, know what's good for our own children. We are the ones who love them and who take care of them. Our parental rights overrule the law, as far as I'm concerned. The centerpiece of my congressional campaign is standing up for individual liberty. And that will only come from a strong adherence to the Constitution. We must stop government at all levels from making decisions for us. They are intruding in all aspects of our life, including making healthcare decisions. And don't be fooled by the healthcare rhetoric coming from Washington. Their goal is to control all the healthcare dollars in the country. When these costs start to soar, the government will determine the care that you receive. Those with chronic conditions, even our children who are suffering from the vaccines, will be denied care because they will be deemed by the government as using too many healthcare resources. We cannot allow this. And you need to look no further than Canada or England to see that this is true. I believe government involvement in our lives is wrong and it's immoral. The leadership in Washington is not standing up for our basic rights of liberty and freedom. This is why I'm running for Congress this coming June. Please support me. Check out my website, batemanforcongress.com. Thanks.
Very much, Alan. Murray Sabrin, come on up. I'm very, very pleased to welcome my good friend, Dr. Murray Sabrin. He's a college professor at Ramapo College. He was a candidate for U.S. Senator, candidate for New Jersey's governor. He's a real freedom fighter. I'm pleased to introduce Murray Sabrin.
If I'm elected governor, it's not going to happen. 12 years ago, I was in that building debating Governor Whitman and Jim McGreevey, predicting the mess that we're in today, and unfortunately the people of New Jersey didn't listen. And as H.L. Mencken said, in a democracy, people get what they deserve, and hard, unfortunately. But before I begin, I'd like you to say a little prayer for a longtime friend of mine who's clinging to life. So if you could just do that for just a moment, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. My friend has a very famous name, the United States Constitution. That's what's clinging to life. That's why I became a candidate for office over the years. And 50 years ago, I raised my right hand in Lower Manhattan and became a United States citizen 10 years after we arrived in America. And for 50 years, after becoming a United States citizen, I've upheld the oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, which means I believe in individual liberty, civil liberties, and the right of parents to choose what's good for their children. And I'm going to be very brief because I'm cold and hungry. If the people who are debating tonight, who've raised their right hand over the years to uphold the U.S. Constitution, were true to that oath, we would not be here today. And if every member of the state legislature who raised their right hand to uphold the Constitution, we would not be here today. The sad reality is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going down the same path as nations before us who have treated their people as means and not ends, who have treated their people with disdain, who have treated their people by trampling on their rights, taking away their freedoms, taking away their choices, and they call that democracy. That's not democracy, that's authoritarianism. We have a lot of work to do because my friend is clinging for life. He's been clinging for life for a long time, and if we don't stand together here in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, throughout the Northeast and throughout this nation, we will wake up one day and we will need permission to do everything, to raise our kids, to eat what we want, to drive where we want, to leave this country or not leave this country, to make financial transactions. That's what's coming down the road. I've seen it for the last 50 years since I've been a United States citizen. So together, there's strength in numbers, and with Louise's leadership and other people in this movement, we will take back this country once and for all. Thank you very much.
We gotta come around here. Pete Gribben, why don't you come on up while we're getting untangled here? Pete Gribben is a Charter Ron Paul supporter and a member of the Campaign for Liberty, and he wanted to say a few words to you all. Come on up, Pete.